What I love about Bitcoin is the premise. It's so volatile, though. I mean, gold is great. You can wear it and carry it, right? But somebody can take it from you. But if you know a little bit about Bitcoin, what is it? Help me, Charlie. You can memorize 24 words.
Yeah, but
nothing. And you can walk out of any country and reestablish your assets in Bitcoin.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
all
something that has to frighten
that way.
That's like
the central banks. It's got to frighten them.
No, they're scared right now.
That's amazing.
The central banks right now are thinking of declaring stable coins illegal, which is China is making the Chinese yuan in terms of the digital currency. There's a thing called a central bank digital currency. And I know what you guys are talking about, but
I got one in my wallet too, Abu.
Yep. What are you flashing? Great. What are you flashing? What's Abu?
He's got a gram of gold or more.
Ah, you're muted, buddy.
So you can stick it in your wallet like a credit card.
Abu, you muted. What is that?
That's 5 grams of gold.
Right.
Wow.
I got one in my wallet too.
How much is that worth?
Woo.
Yes, 5 grams of gold.
How much is
5 grams of gold? Let me take a look right now.
And it sticks right in your wallet. It's great. I've traded that before.
Abu was asking me in March. He was like, should I buy gold or should I not? I was just like, yeah, man, buy as much gold as you can because the supply of physical gold is drying up.
Well, yeah, it's always been a scarcity. Like I said, like a lot of people don't seem to realize this. So I know you don't like him, Charlie, but actually Robert Kiyosaki he's been putting out a lot of good information. Like
I don't not like him. He's smart. He's just
I can't keep up with all the people you hate in the financial industry.
No, I think Luca hates him most. So that's why our group is kind of a little bit biased.
Well, the whole finance thing is nobody really knows everything. So you're better served learning your lessons small and finding out what works for you and learning how to compound that.
And then also with what Kiyosaki's been saying is true. Like this is when you take like the red pill about money, right? And you realize like money is not necessarily real. It's just like fake it's like a fake game that if you're like emotionally invested in money, like they got you, they've pimped your mind, but like money is totally everywhere. You just got to learn how to use their system against them because like when people are like I have a good credit score, which is fine, but like really what does a good credit score mean? It just means your potential to get in deeper debt. That's all it is. Like we could this guy even more basically, but and I'm not saying I'm not knocking anybody who has a good credit score. Myron has a great credit score, but I mean but I'm just saying like if you look at the whole system, Robert Kiyosaki right now, what he's saying is that if savers are he's been saving it for a while, savers are losers, and he says if you're holding on to cash, you're a goddamn fool. You're better off putting your money into assets to create cash flow.
Cash is good for a quarter.
Right.
Well,
it's not good for more than 3 months.
So you want to have a little nest egg of cash that you can have in liquid relatively quickly. But you also want to have everything spread so that you don't take a giant hit.
But if cash is going to be inherently worth less, then holding on to it is technically a negative ROI. I think that's what he's trying to convey.
Well, yeah, it depends on your horizon, right? Are you looking at 3 months? 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 6 years. If you're looking in years, then undoubtedly,
that's where I agree. Yeah, because your time it's bleeding out while it's like a patient that's bleeding. It's bleeding out right now. It's losing value if you're going to hold it over time. What is money worth anyway for us? Time, right? Mm-hmm. It buys us tons of time. Ultimately, we're being paid for our time unless we're the idea guy. If we're the idea guy, it'll always pay you whether you're sleeping or not. That's where we got to go. But if you're just pretty much, nobody starts out that way. You start out trading your time for that money, right? And then you have to find those avenues. But yeah, over the time horizon, cash is not good right now. It's not good. Mm-hmm. Your house, your hard assets, your gold, I know Bitcoin's volatile and I invested on the way down and lost a bunch, but guess what? It's back past broke even right now. So You know, you got to have a little bit of a different viewpoint on time on every asset class, every investment. You got to look over time, and then hope that you'd learned enough to make yourself wealthy.
I want to answer this question. Aaron Caprio says, "What is a better choice, putting Trump bucks into the stock market or into Bitcoin?" Bitcoin, dude. The stock market is
control.
It's a scam, dude. It's just a watch Wolf of Wall Street. They talk about it's all fugazi. You know, it goes up and down. Doesn't give a. You just want to. They just want to keep you on the carousel. Okay, it's not an asset. You're just buying you're like your 401k. How's everybody's 401k doing right now? Awful, right? It's just your financial advisors, all these people, they don't give a shit about you. They just give a shit about putting your money into the stock market so they can make a commission and go off and do their blow and their place in the fucking Hamptons and bang their Russian hookers. And, you know, that's all those guys give a about. They don't care about you. Anytime
where's the money right now? The money is on the internet.
Yep.
And places that, you know, people, it's liquid places. So the money is either on the internet or it's on website. It's all websites basically. So where can you make money? Well, as long as you have a web business or a business that is, you know, can communicate over borders, which is all on the internet, then you'll be fine. But if you're in a physical place or if you're in a, you know, real estate asset, you know, like a shopping mall, you're susceptible to.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Retail, brick and mortar, the overheads are huge. And if you are considering investing in the market, I saw somebody in the comments, be smart about it. It's a gamble. You're gambling. But be that as it may, there are some essential businesses out there that people must have to maintain their standard of living. Look at those, because those are a deal right now.
Alexander C says
those and gold and Bitcoin, and sit and look, you know, and keep a small reserve of cash for that really good deal when it happens. Oh crap, that apartment building just got foreclosed. I'm gonna throw a bid on it. Here's some cash down. Just to be safe.
Well, Thor, you're 100% right there. And the thing is when is if you look at the real estate and when is it going to come back? It's going to take 20, 30 years. To come back to the same value that it was in 2019. So the people who were selling in 2019, right? They're making a shit ton of money when they were selling, but the amount of capital that you can gain in terms of land asset or whatever, it's going to take 20, 30 years before it comes to the same level of
be patient.
What people are expecting. So,
what's happening? Like, what is
at the end of the day, nobody knows. Right?
But what are we trending towards? Because we are trending towards something.
So short term, we're trending towards that socialism aspect, right? People going towards that one world government. But in reality, is that ever going to actually hold up? Probably not.
So you think we're trending towards socialism, but it's not going to last?
Yeah, socialism never works.
Right. I agree with that. I'm not trying to.
It's like the worst thing in history. Like any socialist government usually ends with really bad fireworks, right?
Death. And it's called democide. It's horrible.
It's called fascism.
They kill people.
Yeah. And
for being thought criminals.
And that's the thing that scares the shit out of me. Because you got China right now and America. Those countries right now, they can control a lot of the information. And the thing that scares me is when you see those countries' ability to control people or to control people's movement or a lot of those things. The 1984 aspect becomes very real, very, very quick. And it doesn't affect you on a daily basis, but when you try to move on an international level, which is mostly what me and you do, John, when we try to go to our families or when we try to, that shit actually has an effect pretty quick.
Yeah.
But for most people, nobody cares. But so that, to me, that's scary. I think on a human level, most people are just going to be put in place for a while, and it's not going to change anybody's life now and in the next couple of days or the next couple of months or whatever. But in the next couple of years, are you going to be able to roam freely in this world is the question. And at the end of the day, if you can't, then I don't think we're living in a free society.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if you're in China or if you're in America or if you're in a democracy or if you're in a socialist country. It doesn't matter. They're going to try to control the world in a fascist way until people are not willing to take that. And it sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, if people are finally willing to revolt in terms of I think Abu American actually is one of the few people in this world who actually has, his senses about him in terms of he's able to, control his situation around him in terms of, physically, having, guns or whatever. It sounds crazy. You actually need to have arms on you in order to be able to, fight back against the government, which sounds like a weird colonialist, thing.
Yep.
Which we didn't 3 months ago. Are you kidding me? Like, you actually had to have, physical arms to be able to defend yourself. But that right to bear arms, I think in terms of the Constitution, is actually going to be something super important in the next couple of years, because the American government doesn't want you to think that that's important. But in the next couple of years, I think people who can't defend themselves are going to get tremendously.
Well, listen, all you guys out there, just know that there's some going on. Be careful with the upcoming situation with the finances, right? I think that there's some financial trouble coming. Buy assets. Make sure you're buying
Bitcoin,
stuff. Buy Bitcoin.
Buy physical gold.
Buy physical gold. Make sure you're buying stuff that's going to make you money. There's assets and liabilities. A liability is something that costs you money. Okay, you're going to buy a goddamn Ferrari to impress some hoes. Don't do that, all right? It's fucking dumb. Get yourself an apartment complex building that's going to generate some income. Even smaller things, like if you have a YouTube channel and you have a shitty camera, buy a better camera, because you're like, okay, this better camera is going to increase the quality of my production, and it's going to bring in more people to be part of my audience, and I can make more ad revenue, right? Always buy assets. Stop buying liabilities.